So, what's up everyone? And yes, it's been a while since I last did this. I've been doing other things besides drawing capital cities. So in this video, the next capital city that I'm about to draw is Raleigh, North Carolina. And I wasn't lying when I said that we're going to move back to larger cities. Well, since I drew Richmond, Virginia, that's going to continue in this video. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to work. Raleigh, North Carolina is the second largest city in North Carolina. So it's right behind the Queen City, Charlotte. Raleigh is nicknamed City of Oaks because it has a crap load of oak trees. It's one of the fastest growing cities in the US. It's named after Sir Walter Raleigh. He's the guy that he's an explorer, an English explorer. He tried to explore, he's the guy that tried to establish an English colony on the shores of the New World during the 16th century. The city was first founded in 1792. Well, it was founded in 1792 during the 18th century as the capital city of North Carolina. It used to be home of the Native Americans, but not anymore. It's the birthplace of Virginia Dare, who was the first English child to be born in the New World. So the New World is basically the Western Hemisphere that shows the Americas. Before North Carolina existed, we had the Roanoke Colony. Here are a few of these popular places in the city of Raleigh, North Carolina. We got the PNC Arena, home of the Carolina Hurricanes, which is supposed to be a hockey team, by the way. North Carolina State University. So Raleigh is part of the Research Triangle because there's 3 cities in North Carolina and their universities. Chapel Hill and Durham. North Carolina Stateville, North Carolina State Capitol Building. It's the former home of the General Assembly for North Carolina. North Carolina State Legislative Building. It's the current home of the General Assembly. So the General Assembly of North Carolina moved there. is the birthplace of some of these famous people, such as actors Michael C. Hall. He's known for being in that TV show called Dexter. He plays as Dexter Morgan in that TV show. Evan Rachel Wood, Eric Freeman, Emily Proctor, U.S. President Andrew Johnson. He's a pretty underrated U.S. president, in my opinion. Clay Aiken, who's a singer, and John Wall, who's a basketball athlete. And I'm not too familiar with many of these famous people, but I'm familiar with Michael C. Hall, Emily Proctor, Andrew Johnson, sort of familiar with the president, and Eric Freeman. It feels good. It feels good to get back into this series for the first time in over a month. It really feels good. I felt like I needed that break from this series. I wanted to do other things besides drawing capital cities as and make them as videos. It really feels good. It may seem like I gave up on this series, but I didn't. I didn't give up at all. I didn't give up whatsoever. You know, I gotta listen to John Cena. Never give up. When I did the drawing, most of the buildings that I drew have poor details. I'm fine with how I drew the trees and the bushes. I don't know if I ever drew the bushes, but I know I drew the trees down. I love the details that I did for the trees, as well as the grasslands. The lampposts that I drew are a little bit hideous looking, as well as the cars, the vehicles that I drew. They're also hideous looking. But overall, regardless, I'm fine with how the drawing looks. It's not one of the best drawings of a capital city that I did, but I still think it's a pretty decent drawing that I did, even though it's not 100% perfect. We're moving back to a smaller capital city after this one, and then I don't know where we're gonna go from there. We're probably gonna move right back into larger capital cities. We don't know what's gonna happen. Who knows what will happen in the future in this series, for this series. We might actually move back to larger capital cities, but the next capital city that I'm gonna draw, it's definitely gonna be a lot smaller than the one I'm doing right now. It's gonna be a heck of a lot smaller. Probably, well, not too small, but also not too big. Actually, it's quite small. I'm gonna be perfectly honest here. I briefly took a break from this drawing. I drew a bit of it off camera, but I didn't want to completely. I don't want to cheat too much. I did draw most of it on camera. You know how I am. I'm not the type of person to record for an extensive period of time for a long time. You know, your boy is trying to save plenty of storage on my camcorder. I'm trying to save as much storage as possible. I hate recording for too long because I want to have the opportunity to record. Excuse me, I want to have the opportunity to edit videos, pictures, and then upload those pictures and videos. Well, this was pretty painful, but I was still able to cover this. Okay, here's the finished drawing of Raleigh, North Carolina. A lot of trees, I drew some roads, some cars, mediocre looking cars, vehicles by the way. Drew some lamp posts, buildings obviously. Something's being constructed over here. I kind of got lazy drawing the couple of these skyscrapers. Raleigh, North Carolina. Okay guys, that is going to be the end of this video. Stay tuned for more content, and I hope this video was enjoyable to watch. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your time. Feel free to subscribe to this channel. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I love to connect with you people. And also, feel free to follow my Facebook page. So, I will catch each and every one of you guys later.